Hello ladies and gents, I am the Rev. Welcome on back to SpaceBourne 2. In this episode, we are going to be going over the big meeting. Why the big meeting? Because we need to create at least 3 sub-houses. Well, how do you do that? Well, there are a few things you need to keep in mind before you start doing anything, right? The leaders of these houses we have to choose, which means we're going to pull out of one of these people here. When it comes to the systems we're going to be giving them, do not give them the home systems that we take over, because that is a sizable amount of money. And we're going to be helping these smaller people, right? These sub-houses. So we're going to have to be kicking them money continuously. Also, when it comes to the systems you have taken over, make sure they are all in plus. That means crank your taxes up 1 or 2 on security tiers. So then you go over to return or failure. So who do you want? I would not take one of your main pilots. I would take someone that you don't care about, that you can get rid of. The other thing you want to do is you want to go to training. And I would do this as you're starting to build your fleets. Put pilots in here. It's real easy to do. All you do is put them in, like so. Pick how you want to train them, and then leave it. So I've got a replacement. Somewhat. I've got a couple of them. It won't be too bad. These guys level up pretty slowly when they're being trained like that, but you put them into the groups to be in combat. They tend to do okay. And once you get far enough where you have your space station built and you have gone all the way through the medic to the very end, none of your guys are supposed to die, because they are supposed to immediately warp back to the base with their ship before it's completely and utterly destroyed. Supposedly. So let's just pick him. Okay, so what systems are we going to give him? Well, Valtros, like I said, is my home systems. He didn't get that. We'll give him those 3. Now, he needs raw material of 150 to, I think, build cost. Yeah, to build. And we got to give him a house name. So we go to trade here. Because, again, you set yourself up, you'll be good. Bam! You got the money now. There we go. Now he's got that. Let's see. How about... go Lone Star 1. And the house has been created. Now you've got things that you can do. Like you can send them soldiers. Sending house soldiers, the house can add the army, may enlarge the house military, but if the financial situation is insufficient, it may not be able to provide ships. In this case, the soldiers will only be effective in-ground missions. So, wealth, he's got a mill and 0 military power, so we'll send him 10 soldiers. And then we'll send him a gift of 10 million to get him started. Unfortunately, none of this seems to be coming up yet. Because there is a I mean, there's things, yeah, the dev probably just hasn't gotten to it. Then we've got to send an inspector. An inspector may be dispatched to a house to quietly assess internal loyalties and relationships. Though this inquiry can yield vital insights, it's often seen as a breach of trust by the house leaders. Tread carefully, for this delicate probe might not go unnoted. Then we've got mobilization. When a house switches to mobilization mode, its growth halts. But we won't use that unless things get really bad. So the question then becomes, how long is this going to take to actually start to happen? You know what I'm saying? Then we've got tax. High taxes may increase the house's demand for independence and reduce support of its people. High taxes. Well, let's put only a 5% tax there. So then you can threaten. Threaten a house may decrease the house's loyalty to you, but it can use to bring into line the house that seek independence and perform insubordinate acts. If you dismiss a house leader, you can suppress the house's demand for independence and resulting rebellions. However, production and growth will halt for a while. Radeon and turmoil will reduce support for the house leader. If you decide to execute a house leader without cause, you do not only inflict great damage on the house, on the progress of that house, but you may also lose support of the people. However, you do permanently put an end to the demands of independence. Okay, so this new house now has been created. Oh, look at that. So it did pull the started that, it started that, taxes and our construction. So now we would want okay, so we're over in the diplomacy tab. And oh, look at that. It has cam up. House leader has 3 systems under control. Their leader is E. McSparran. Yeah, see? I set him up really well. And we'll do that here in a second again. I did want to go back to systems. And now you see how much we lost? This is the thing that you want to keep in mind. And your total expenses. But we'll go in and set up another one. And I don't want to put a soldier in charge. I want pilots in charge. So he gets the next I made. Next 3. This will be... All right, there's his house. Oh, look at that. We already have everything we need to build what we need. All right. So we'll do the same kind of thing. We'll send him a housewarming gift of 10 million. Send him 10 soldiers. Oh, I guess we'll send him 3 soldiers. Tax, we'll put it at 5%. Here we go. $12 million. And as you can see now, we've got 2 more systems we need to take over before we can create our 3rd house. And it depends on how you want to go about it. An easy, basic way that I have been doing is always pick houses that are as low, or the lowest houses in this group, right? You see the level right here. And just pick them. Who am I fighting with right now? House Burbrand. I wonder if there's another place. Now, in this screen, what you want to make sure you do is when you're looking over for places to take over, first make sure it's an outpost that doesn't have a village or a city, like see these 2. Right now, these are bugged. Every time I've tried to go in and take over these outposts because of the sizable cash, it breaks and it won't work. So that means we need to go after something like Lehman here. See how it's 68, 42? So it's always going to have a positive income because it starts at 2%, right? So that means that one's always going to be making money for us. Let's see. Can't do that one. We could take over Malwan. But if you guys are just starting out taking over houses, I don't want to show you that yet because that's a little intense. If you look in the playlists, you can see where I've taken over multiple to the point where I'm in the trillions. I think he caps it at 2 trillion for our base thing. But let me look here and I will find us a positive. Alrighty, folks. So we've got the crew room station and Kalo. It's by itself. It's a medium one, or well, yeah. I mean, it goes up to what, 6 to 8 of those. We're going to set that as our operational target. Now, the game wants you to go from target to target to target, eventually taking out the shields. Then you have to hold the shields while you take out the main hub here. I don't do things that way. Now, I do have a good sized fleet, but all that what I'm going to show you, it's just sped up. The only difference between what I'll do and what, actually, I'll show you exactly what I do no matter what. It just usually depends, but you can see I got drone carriers. I've got 2 attacking here. Let's see. Whoa. Put you on reinforce. And then we got our 2. And I've kept 2 fighter squadrons on purpose. That's why my fleet actually is underpowered, because I have not put one of the main big boys in. Okay, and now always put your drop ship on first. It'll make you do it. If you forget, it'll basically make you start over with everything. All of your plotting areas. All right. So I don't like leaving fighters to defend. They seem to have a very rough time. Whoop. And you can move, of course, from down here. You can use this menu or this menu. For me, I've been doing this long enough, I kind of bounce around depending on kind of mood I'm in. All right, so we're going to have you stay in guard, big boy, which was, I think, my dreadnought. Let's see. And then we'll have 2 of our little drone carriers stay there. Always do one final check. Make sure everybody's attached to something. Execute. Then you have to remember to hit this execute button here or it does not go. Also keep an eye. We need to go to Kalo 13. So we go right into our map. 13 was the one that we needed to go to. Oh, jeez, and that was a horrible... God, we should get there.
Please approach to the jump point to start jump process.
So we'll jump there. Once we jump there, we go to the exit point, because that's where everybody meets up.
Path reserved for you.
Unless it broke. And then we go fight.
You reach the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. In 3, 2, 1. You reach the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. In 3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Alright, so once you make it to where you're going to try and take over stuff, you go to the escape route. because that's where everybody meets up first. Then we all get nasty together.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Dreadnought. We got our drone carriers. You're wondering how you'll see these little things coming out? Those help repair other ships and other drones. But now we go to the main battle target. And everybody should go with us.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Alright, so once you get here, you want to find your people. Whatever strategy you want to use. Hold your B button down, and it will shoot you over there.
We're losing prototypes. Need help.
And just make things easy here.
Target shield. Target destroyed.
Yeah. My fleet is going to stomp this fleet like it's nothing.
Down. Shield recharged. Target shields down. Target destroyed.
So this is what you want to do. You just want to fly around, smoke everything.
Target
Now, the
destroyed.
faster you can take these over, the less likely chance you have of having your people killed. So the only thing I'm going to do is grab some of the easy free money because we need every cent we can get.
We're losing prototypes. Need help.
There we go.
Weapons online.
Who you guys shooting at? Nothing. Okay, so at this point, you got a couple of options. I like to first fly myself over there. I like to be next to the station usually. Just because. My guys should have come over here with me. There we go. Now we're over here. And it's up to you at this point how much you take out versus how much you don't.
Weapons online.
I always like to make sure we kill everything that's anywhere close to the station, just these small fighters,
Target
because
destroyed.
if your ship gets blown up, and they will shoot your ship if the ships are flying around, it's game over. If your ship blows up, even if you are fine standing down here, you will die.
Target destroyed.
Matter. This is a really low system. So. Now I really need to be good at this. Because A, your guys give you a chance to shoot people, and B, sniper rifle. Alright, we will confirm the capture. Okay. Usually a good idea to haul ass back to the Stargate because we've still got to take the system over itself.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed.
Which is incredibly
Waiting
easy.
for the thruster input.
Alright, so once we get here, we go into toggle raid mode. And you always want to make sure it says capture before you start screwing with any of this. But we'll just do massive overwhelming force just so we can get this done. Because I do, like I said, have my full fleet. So you just start clicking where you want to send your people where you want. Okay. We'll give them 6. We'll take the other 3. Always a good idea to pull out real quick. Make sure you got everybody. I have missed people before. Hit capture, confirm capture, boom. Now we just got to smoke these guys, and they will be based on the system that you took over. So these guys are going to be low level.
Is under attack by WRA.
Because it's the system level, not...
Please enter warplay and wait in a safe orbit until the threat is eliminated.
The pilot level. You can see these guys are 7.
All available resources to swiftly end this attack.
Target destroyed. Target shields down. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Now they will send more and more successful waves as you get into harder and harder stations, but and again, it's easy money. You're always going to make more money picking people up, even if they're low level, than what it costs for the pod. So we didn't get any freight. Kind of amazing considering how many ships we just blew up, and I have all the upgrades to get all of that stuff, all the bonuses.
Attention all ships. This is a distress call from the Star System Command Center. We would like to inform you that our system has been lost to the enemy forces. The situation is dire, and we urge all ships to immediately perform a hyper jump and evacuate the system. Repeat, all ships must perform a hyper jump and leave this system immediately.
There we go, system conquered. So I always like to go in immediately. And see what we got to work with here. Yeah, put them at 2. Good. That is still going to be a sizable paycheck of income. So there we go, folks. Now, when it comes to the next part of buying the mothership, right now at the level I'm at, I went and I looked, and it's about 287 million credits. There is no way with the way that he has a bunch, if not, I mean, it's continually random, but we don't get anywhere close to the amount of freight we should be getting as salvage. And the way he has things set up with ship levels connected to prices, it's going to take, at this point for me, anywhere for 5 to 10 hours of just running freestyle missions, or longer if I want to just do mining and point my miner guy at a rock and just let my computer run for hours and hours on end, because that's an easy way to do mining. I won't be covering any more. Hopefully, when he does his next update, he will readjust and fix that and make it viable. The easiest way for him to do so is make it so that we can take these funds and either transfer them to ourselves, our character here, or the way he currently only has it, and this thing should be sitting in the center here, right, to treasury, or you take from the treasury to you, or put in a new bar. I should be able to use this to buy the mothership, because I've seen the motherships in use. They're slow, they're gigantic, slow, and not really tactically feasible in a lot of situations. At least not for me, and not the way I like to play, because I like being in a fighter. You know, if I'm going to go up in massive size ships, the level of control I want isn't there. But that is the devs' decision. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments. You guys really want me to take and hammer and do that? You'd have to really blow this last video up like there's no tomorrow. Then I'd do it. But otherwise, keep your heads down. Your warriors of doom up. And I'll see you again real damn soon.